So, hey, old Fly Guy Network, we're here at Alton Bay, and one of Mike Hughes' friends, neighbors, flying buddies is Jerry Farwell here. And Jerry came in what kind of aircraft you flying?
Beechcraft Debonair.
A Beechcraft Debonair. And you were telling me it's not really new, but it's dependable.
It is very dependable.
Saying it was a 1967.
Couldn't be as old as me.
Couldn't be as old as you. So anyway, I know you and Mike get here a lot.
Yep.
And Mike have a long history of flying together.
We do.
And you guys come up here quite often. It was really nice of you to fly up here with Mike today and take me to breakfast and have some fun there. But how long have you known Mike?
I've known Mike 15, 20 years.
15, 20 years. Yep. And you guys have owned planes together.
Yep.
We've owned together all over the place. And clearly you have a lot of fun when you get up on the ice here. And Mike was saying he's been here 6 or 7 times this week. How about this year? How about you?
This is my 4th time this year.
4th time.
Yep.
And so you live, and where do you live? The airport. You're the airport manager, I think.
I'm an NH-16, and I live in Brookline, and I live right on the lake in Brookline.
Okay. Okay.
Very close to the airport.
So you're a local, and then you were telling me just a little background here. You own your own excavation company, and that's what keeps you busy when you're not flying.
Exactly. Yep. The company's 64 years old, which is kind of unheard of in these days, but continuing the keeping it going.
Following your father, as I recall.
Yep, exactly.
So once again, what was the kind of aircraft?
The 67 Beechcraft Debonair.
Okay. Okay. Where are you going from here? You're getting ready. You said they might be closing the airport down, you think?
I think they might have, because of too much of a tailwind. So you can only land to the north on this runway. And if you see the windsock, it's really a pretty good tailwind and zero braking. It makes it quite a challenge.
Yeah, well, you were telling me Mike was very disappointed that he didn't make the first turnoff. In fact, it broke his heart, and I didn't realize how important it was to him in the process.
Mike, it was, yeah.
Yeah, it was a big deal. So anyway, Jerry, hey, thank you for spending some time with me and flying in with us today and being part of the Alton Bay experience, which clearly I'm just overwhelmed with what it's all about here. This is not just a runway; it's a community experience, and to be able to be part of it and the camaraderie has just been wonderful.
Great.
So have a safe flight back. We'll talk to you later.
All right, talk soon.
So like.
we've done something.
So anyway, here we are. We're at Alton Bay. We made it. Night got me here. And conditions are changing really fast here. And these guys are this is the operation side of what keeps Alton Bay going. We've got Paul, and what was your last name?
LaRochelle.
And Jason?
Leavitt.
Jason Leavitt. So these two guys, I understand, make it all happen. And they're very famous because if you've seen anything on Alton Bay, you've seen their smiling faces before. So I'm sort of coming in late in the game, but we're going to make it interesting. So what do we got? First of all, what do we got going today? Tell us about the winds. And I'm telling you, Mike is saying we got to get our butts out of here pretty soon. But what's happening? Go ahead.
Sadly today, it's unusual, but we have a wind from the south, and Alton Bay is unique. We only land on runway 01, which is due north. So that means all the airplanes are coming in with a tailwind, which means they're going to have increased ground speed when they touch down. And since we're on ice, that causes a problem. You want to be as slow as you can. So we don't land on 19 like conventional airports would land on either end of the runway, because we've had safety issues before of airplanes running long and then they come down to the parking area where we are right now. So we try to avoid that.
Not a good situation.
Yep.
Not a good situation. So, okay. And I've got to believe that's breaking a lot of hearts because we got a beautiful VFR day today, but we just have the wind apparently heading in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
Correct.
It's not even
Correct.
a crosswind, but crosswind kind of makes me wonder how that works too, because Mike tells me that the plane kind of aerodynamically turns into a sail when it's
Correct.
landing as well. So how long have you guys, what are your respective roles and how long have you been doing this?
I've been involved since 2009. Got involved to do the runway, do the plowing, and at that time, being the runway manager. I've since retired that position to Jason. He is the runway manager, the airport manager, and I basically am in charge of taking care of the plowing, the plowing crew, and maintenance of the runway itself. And that's the other condition today that we're concerned with is the higher temperatures today. That as that starts to increase, the surface of the ice gets watery, gets slippery, and with this southerly wind is not a good combination.
Okay. So you were the manager, you've turned it over in good hands.
Yes.
To Jason here.
Correct.
And you watch your runway disappear come obviously when the sun, we get into spring and it all goes away. And so you're focused on this full time from what, like January through March, pretty much?
We start looking at it as soon as the ice gets anywhere from 3 to 4 inches. We start checking it on foot, drilling, and seeing the consistency of getting up to 12 inches where we can come out with our vehicles and maintain, plow, and take care of it. So the 12-inch minimum is not necessarily for the planes. It's for our trucks to get out here.
Okay.
Because we're heavier than most of the aircraft. So
tell me this, as I understand it, this is the only ice runway that is a FAA or a DOT type facility in the country. Is that correct?
It's the only FAA-charted public use plowed ice runway.
Okay. There's probably some
the lower
renegades
40.
out there. But,
Yeah. Oh yeah. There's a lot of private,
yes,
but the only public use FAA-charted.
okay. So this is so really unique in my study. I'm from Virginia, and Mike was kind enough to get me up here for all this today. But everything I've read about and talked to people, in fact, I had an aviator friend I was in the hangar with a week ago, and I said, I'm going to Alton Bay. And the gal said, we've been wanting to get up there and get to that point. So this is really, you provide a safe. I mean, I love the fact that, we're on ice here. Everybody says, oh, it's not crazy. You're talking about the thickness. You're talking about the safety. You're
That's
ready
right.
to change conditions. You're going to make the right call. So people, don't get themselves in trouble while they're out here. And so hats off to you for that. And how much longer are you going to do this?
Do it until the ice melts.
Well, I mean, from your he's handed it over. How long are you going to be after this?
Paul was very humble in his description. He started a long time ago and built it up to what it is today. And in 2001, he announced that he wanted to retire. And so at DOT, we did a search to find somebody to replace him, which was impossible. And
He's irreplaceable, isn't he?
He is irreplaceable. So I stepped up and said, I don't know a whole lot about managing an airport, but I live locally, so I would make an attempt, and DOT agreed. And then I met with Paul and begged him to stay involved.
Which wasn't very difficult. Knowing that he was on. Go ahead.
And so this is because of Paul. He built it up with social media, and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. So people all over the country learn about it and want to come here.
It's amazing what you guys have done, and that's very humble, both of you, how you represent yourself. You're doing probably a lot more that goes on behind the scenes that you're ever taking credit for. So once again, very humble, and I know the people love it. The whole community. I mean, look at this. This is not just about pilots flying here.
No,
you are inspiring people to come out, be part of the outdoors, be part of this environment.
Right. And that's very true. You can see the residents in town absolutely love it. They like to come out here and meet the pilots, see the aircraft filming. They'll line up all the way down here on the west side and watch the aircraft coming in and out. And the pilots and the people love it.
And I heard the FBO manager, which you guys related to, one of you.
Yeah, she's my wife.
That's right. That's right. He was saying that you.
Yes.
Anthony, it's 921, and you're going to get to 1,000.
It all depends on Mother Nature.
Okay.
It's going to be close. We're going to keep an eye on the ice conditions. And the other reason we have to always be careful and thinking about the ice conditions, not just the thickness. When you get warm weather, that ramp right there coming on and off the ice with our vehicles, that will deteriorate first.
I almost deteriorated my rear end. So I had almost a near deteriorating moment right there, and I was wondering about how you get up and down. Now, Mike was smart enough to tell me to bring my cleats. I didn't put them on, of course, but you got to, watch what you're doing and trip up. I did want to comment also. I did get the coin, and right. That's pretty good. It's right there. Close, but it's there. You look pretty stuck because some bad eagles. So thank you for that. I'll take that back, and I know that's
So the story behind that, I did that is kind of a goof a couple of years ago at my office, which I have to give them credit too, because there's a lot of people behind the scenes.
That's right.
It's following. They said, "Oh, you got to turn that into the ice chip," and nobody's going to.
Oh, I'm sure that is there's a lot of bragging rights that are going to go with that. I know for myself personally. So,
and another thing is, Mike, I've known him since 2000. He's one of the first pilots that I really got to know and became very close friends with.
he does feel like he's taking pretty speed. So how you know where you can park? He says, I said, the boys have me taken care of. So it's clearly a two-way street.
Yeah.
I can't say enough about the whole experience. Again, it's unfortunate we can't see planes coming in and out right now. It's diminished from what my takeaways. You guys making this a fun experience, some challenge, a learning experience.
Catch.
Wow, good catch.
That was an excellent catch. I didn't think it was going to make it.
It's okay. I could tell you a story about one that didn't go so good like that.
And that would be an example of our concern about the wind.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to put that in or leave that in.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But anyway, it's been a great experience. Thank you so much. Well, welcome. Whoa. I am getting pretty goddamn. And that's on recording. So here, we're going to do this here. So guys, I just want to thank you once again. I'm going to hold on to the camera here because part of the Alton Bay experience is the wind.
Yes.
So thank you, Jason.
Thank you.
Thank you, Paul. Keep up the good work. My goal is to come back and see you guys again.
We hope
you do. Okay. Thanks
Thank
again.
you very much.
Thanks. Thanks for joining us today, and join us in our next O Fly Guy conversation.